Today, while I was outside running, I saw so many people wearing masks while they were running, while they were biking. I said, man, this is dangerous. And I don't think people know the consequences of wearing masks while they're doing strenuous physical exercise. Because if that was the case, I don't think they would be wearing them, right? Let me just go back and just tell y'all, I've been working out my whole life. And even when I went to college, my major was exercise science. And I did study that for 1.5 years. And one of the main reasons for working out is to increase oxygen flow to the body. So you can imagine wearing masks is severely decreasing your levels of oxygen to the body. It impedes the oxygen flow to the lungs. It severely impedes the oxygen flow to the lungs. It makes your lungs work harder when you're wearing masks. And especially when you're wearing masks, what's happening? You're breathing out carbon monoxide. The carbon monoxide is still in the mask. Then you're reabsorbing it. You're re-inhaling the carbon monoxide. You know, there was a guy that was in, I think, China, who went out running with a mask and his lungs collapsed. I mean, it's not a good thing to really have your heart rate up so much and then impede the oxygen flow. It's just not. It's you're setting yourself up for severe challenges. Even if you don't have the challenges at that moment, like a lung collapsing at that moment, there's going to be some challenges, you know? And just think about what's going on in terms of everybody being fearful. So that's why they're putting on a mask even when they're exercising outside. It's a known fact that the virus particles are smaller than the holes in the mask. It's known. So what is it exactly that we're doing? I could see if somebody sneezed and you have your mouth open and then you breathe it all in, then that's a big challenge, right? But most of the time when you're breathing and you're running, you're breathing through your nose, right? And you could have a certain distance, which is no real science to prove that social distancing actually works. It just isn't. There's no science to prove that social distancing works. But it makes sense to kind of keep your distance. Even when this time wasn't here with the virus, I still kept a little distance from people anyway. Just made sense. You know, not connect to get something, but give people their space. Just like I want my space. I don't want nobody all next to me. But the social distancing rule in terms of the connecting with the virus, that stuff don't really make too much sense. You know, I even seen a video of Dr. Fauci, and he was stating that masks really was not effective, and it's just there to make people feel better, to make them feel like they have control. Make you feel like you have some kind of control over the situation. They probably deleted that video by now, but if y'all can, go look that up. It's Dr. Fauci, and he's talking about masks are irrelevant. So this is, it's important to know this. Remember, if you're working out, one of the main reasons to get oxygen flowing through your body, increase it as much as possible. This is a dangerous time right now. Why do I say this? Because most people are in the house all day, right? And it's proven scientifically that the oxygen in the house is really limited, and it's a really filthy place in general. And now you're going outside and you're wearing a mask. So that means, where are you actually getting the oxygen from? You don't have that much oxygen going in, and then you come back into the house. So I think that's a recipe for disaster. And I also see that they're also saying and predicting that the ailment is going to come back. Now, I can imagine it coming back because everybody's depriving their body of oxygen, and it's proven that an oxygenated body is and a strong immune system is your best defense against anything out there like that. A strong immune system oxygenated body eliminates viruses and negative bacteria. And we gotta stop being so afraid of bacteria and viruses. We are bacteria and viruses. We're like billions of bacteria and billions of viruses all in us. We interact with viruses. We go back and forth with viruses. That's what builds our immune system. So now you're sterilizing everything. Everywhere you go, you're sterilizing. What happens when you integrate back outside? What happens when you're just exposed to the basic viruses and bacteria that we've always been exposed to? You get sick. So I could see easily how when people come outside and they stop being afraid, that they get sick. You know, especially when working out, you need the oxygen. I'm not saying that if you feel uncomfortable not to have a little handkerchief or something, but just remember the real protection from it is minor, minute, if any at all. I'm not saying when you're in small spaces not to put on masks. I'm not saying that you're in crowded places. You go to the restaurants, you go to different places, you should have on a little mask because it's a courtesy thing. But it's not really effective in terms of protecting you like that. It's just not. And when you're working out, man, find a place that you can, if you don't want to be around large circles, large groups, that you do not have to wear a mask. 8-night run.
You see it,
Just
you know
did
what it is.
13 point something miles.
I did about 10.3
At night, his first time at night running.
ever.
My first time in like months doing 13. Man, whatever it is, go get it. It's so important.
You can do it too.
Move that body, get the blood flowing, and you're gonna feel better in these
sir.
crazy, stressful times. Hashtag no mask. Because it's not effective. And it's hurting you, and it probably is gonna hurt you a lot more in the long run. All of this had to come out because I've seen so many people running and exercising with masks. So hopefully this will help you out a little bit. And remember, y'all, remember this. The real virus is fear. That's spreading like wildfire. Know what's going on. Build your immune system. And don't stop exercising. If you're not exercising, get out there and exercise. These things build your immune system. They make you strong. They make you powerful. Peace out, y'all.